First a hat, now a haircut. Stroud can't win with some of y'all.
That would be Sarge. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? You're tuning to Sports Talk with Big Sarge. I'm your host, Big Sarge. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports the Z at the end. Follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at Big Sarge Sports the Z at the end, because you know we do everything for the gram. And make sure you are subscribed to the Texans Tailgate Talk, all one word, Texans Tailgate Talk YouTube channel, and Big Sarge Media on YouTube. What's up, people? I know. Hold on for a second. I ain't got my stuff right. Here we go. There we go. Y'all can hear me better now? Let me make sure I got this thing right, because it may not be coming across the way that I need it to come across, and it is not. Hold on, man. Let's do it. There we go. Somebody tell me, hey, do I sound better now? Do I sound better? I forgot to turn the mic on. Oh, my God. Has it been that long? What's up, people? I know. Y'all like, Sarge, where the hell have you been? Why do you always do this? You always take these hiatuses, and you just go and then you come back. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. Sometimes I just be going through stuff, bro, and I'm gonna need a break. But this time, I don't know how many people, I don't know how many religious people I have out there. And so if you're not religious and this offends you, I apologize up front. Let me fix myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that up front. I apologize up front. I've been fasting, and it was something I started preparing myself for in December. And then we started the fast for our church at Alpha Street Baptist Church. We started that fast January 12th, actually, on my birthday, right? Exotic man. Hey, y'all, let me show y'all something. This is when the devil show up. Y'all see, I started talking about God. Start talking about Jesus, and look what shows up. The devil. Exotic man, child. I wish you nothing but the best, but goodbye. Gotta ban you. I can't have you messing up what I got going on here. So I've been fasting, and we got 6 days remaining in the fast. There's 6 more days remaining in the fast. The fast breaks next Tuesday. And so I've been fasting, and right now we're doing liquids only from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. we get to do the Daniel fast. So there's fruits, vegetables, grains, and things like that. And so that's what I've been doing, y'all. I've been doing it. I've been getting myself, and I did this last year. For 45 days, and it helped me so much. As far as, I don't know if you all notice how much I took a step back from interacting a lot on social media. And I had started that like a year or two previously, but then I started to take a step more back, more and more back. And then I stopped covering baseball. And then I got myself into a place where now we're here, and man, me and my wife did those 5Ks. We did 12 5Ks last year. We did 12 5Ks. We did a total of 13 because we did one in December of 2024. And then we did 12 in 2025, and we did one last week, which was our 14th one. And then we're getting ready to do our 15th 5K coming up here in we're doing our 15th 5K for the Rockets run on February the 15th. And so that's where I've been, y'all. Hell, look, I even grew hair. That's right, your boy still got a hairline. You know, that ain't no, hey, look, it curls up too. That's just natural juices and berries. It'll look better once I do it. But I even grew hair, man. I'm letting my hair grow for a minute now because I'm going through a transformation. And so that's where I've been. And so I did not plan on coming here and doing a show until the fast was over. Right? I did not plan on doing the show until the fast was over, but I got to, y'all. I had to. I had to, because this is just, it's weird to me. Hold on for a second. Didn't you just hear me say that I just announced it? We got 6 days left. I did it in private, and I was praying, and we pray every morning. I pray throughout the day. So yes, it has been in private. I'm just informing people on where I have been and how I have 6 more days left. So I'm not new to this. So okay. So so I had to come back, y'all, because you seen on yesterday, right? On yesterday, hey, bye 8942. Goodbye. I ain't got time for that. Not today. I don't have time for that today, y'all. I got so many things that I need to do. I got to get to the Rockets at 10:20. The Rockets play tonight. They on a back-to-back. I don't have time to do this with y'all, and I'm not here for you all. The ones who want to come in here and hate this morning. I don't have time for it. I'm in the midst of doing entirely too much, and y'all not finna get me. You know, in Houston, and I don't know how much they say this around the world, but in Houston, they say, hey, don't let nobody trick you off your square. Y'all not finna trick me off my square. You're not going to do it. You're not. So, but anyway, on yesterday, I put out a video, right? On yesterday. On Tuesday, I got a video, an exclusive video of CJ Stroud cutting his hair, right? And so I released that. Shout out to Houston Wig Queen. Shout out to my guy Case Cuts, who is CJ's personal barber, who moved from Ohio to Texas with CJ. And so shout out to Case, man. Him and Houston Wig Queen went through and they cut CJ's hair. A lot of you all seen the video. Hold on one second. Hold on for a second, y'all. You want to be a public figure, haters pay the bills. Hey, Brandon, with all due respect, not mine. They don't pay my bills, Brandon. I'm retired military, and my wife has a fantabulous job. So I could walk away from doing what I do, binge watch The Wire, something I've never really gotten into. I could watch The Wire, Breaking Bad, Designing Women, Golden Girls, Welcome Back Carter, Barney Miller, Andy Griffith, Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Alice, which was a really, really good, show back in my day. Ooh, Good Times. Ooh, What's Happening? So I I could walk away from this, Brandon, and I will be amazing. My bill's still gonna get paid. See, I don't do this for the likes, the clicks, or the retweets. I do this because I like doing it, and I'm good at it. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. I'm good at this. Both writing and podcasting and being on television, everything. I'm good at this thing. All right, so let me get back to what I was saying, right? Oh, facts of life. Hell yeah. Facts of life too. I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet. Showtime. It finishes in 6 days. Like I said, I only came on here because I gotta say something. I have to say it. So on Tuesday, I dropped a video that I received about CJ Stroud cutting his hair. Now, I had seen where he took a picture with some people after church and they had put that out, and a lot of people thought that was fake. A lot of people thought that was AI. I shared the picture because I knew what was coming down the pipeline. I've been knowing that CJ had cut his hair, but that ain't for me to tell. That wasn't my story to share. That's for CJ to share, right? That ain't for me to say. That's for CJ to say whenever the time was, and I guess the time was on Tuesday. So, with that being said, right? CJ cuts his hair, and then all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, you got this certain group of people who are coming out. And now you got something to say about the young man cutting his hair. And I'm saying to myself, goodness gracious alive. Y'all have got to be kidding me. Y'all mad now that he cut his hair? Or they ain't gonna change that ain't gonna change the way he plays. They ain't gonna change the way he does this, that, and the other. Y'all the same miserable SOBs who was complaining about a hat. A hat. Oh man, CJ know he in Houston. He needs to wear a Houston Astros hat. Why? It's a hat. Doesn't matter. It's just a hat. It goes with its fit. So first it was the hat, and now it's a haircut. Now, side note, let me get to this before we dive in a little bit more about you miserable SOBs who are mad about the hat. Right? So, okay. Some of y'all ain't heard. I just did a post-game video after they lost in the divisional round to the New England Patriots, right? I did a post-game video, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. It was cold. It was cold. It was snowing. It was snowing on me. And then after that snow melts, it gets wet. And then, oh my God, it was just terrible. I almost got into a fight leaving Gillette Stadium. I almost got into a fight because a certain group of people, two in particular, who are of Anglo descent, decided that they wanted to hit the car with a snowball. Mind you, it was a rental. And he hit the front of the car with the snowball at first. And I said, stop the car. And looked at him. And it was one of my colleagues that was riding with me that was sitting in the passenger side. And so he gets another snowball, comes up to the side of the passenger side window and throws it as hard as he can. Like he was trying to break the window or something. So I figured, hey, if that's what you want to do, shit, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So I stopped that car, got right up out of there and say, bro, I don't know how y'all do it up here, but I'm from Houston, bro, and we don't play these type of games. Don't throw nothing at my vehicle, even though it wasn't mine. But I'm like, y'all got all the insurance in the world to protect this vehicle, but if you break this window, I still have to explain how the window got broken just because of you. And you want to pop off at the mouth. So when I get out the car, you're steady walking. And I'm telling you, no, stop walking. If this is what you really want, stop walking. And then you continue to walk talking about, yeah, this New England, blah, 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 blah. Right. So I get back in the car and I pull up to try to catch up with you. And then you and your friend speed walk. And so we're in traffic. So I can't get to you unless I get out of the vehicle and chase you. And now I look like an idiot. I digress. So I hadn't talked about the Texans losing in the divisional round to the New England Patriots. I hadn't went in depth. I hadn't done Texans tailgate talk. I hadn't done a happy hour. I hadn't done none of that. And that's also because, like I said, I was in the midst of getting myself prepared of what I'm going through right now. And I would deep dive it after 6 days, right? And once this fast is over, I will come back and I will deep dive into some of the things that I wanted to address. I have notes. I will deep dive into that. But let me say this: there's one particular thing that I really want to talk about, and it pertains to CJ as well, right? It pertains to CJ as well. And this, like I said, we'll get back to the other stuff. I'm not really mad. I mean, mad is the wrong term. I'm not really perturbed or disturbed by the turnovers that CJ had in the divisional round, right? In the divisional game. I'm not, except that one where he should have taken the sack. He's openly admitted that on numerous occasions he should have took the sack. I wish he would have just threw the ball at the feet of Harrison Bryant. And then there's a lot of other things at play in that play that a lot of people didn't talk about. Of course, CJ should have kept the ball. CJ should not have thrown the ball, and it turned into a pick six, and that pick six changed the entire trajectory of that game, because after that point, it still seemed like CJ just couldn't get himself going. I'm not really upset by the fact that CJ had the turnovers. What's at play for me, and what has been at play for me ever since CJ came back from the concussions, is he's lost his superpower, right? CJ lost his superpower. And so, y'all see me, man. Y'all know me. I'm a huge Superman fan. You even see that right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge Superman fan, right? And CJ needs to go back to Krypton and get his superpower. And you know what his superpower is? Accuracy. The turnovers, that doesn't bother me as much as CJ's accuracy not being where it needed to be, especially after he came back from the concussion. Because if you remember, I think that they opened that game up. They opened that game up with the play action pass, and Xavier Hutchinson was wide open in the flats, and CJ missed him. And then there was some other plays where CJ missed the receiver in the wild card game against the Steelers. There was some things that some passes that CJ missed. Like that's the thing that I'm taking a deeper dive and looking into. And when I get an opportunity to speak with CJ, I'm going to ask him about his accuracy. That's his superpower. It has been from the time he came out of high school, went to Ohio State, and came into the pros. That has been the number one thing that everybody has always talked about when they talked about CJ Stroud's strengths as far as the quarterback is concerned. And so, excuse me. So I'm not really so much messed up about the turnovers. I just need to know, okay, so what's going on with the accuracy? Because CJ used to drop back and pick defenses apart with his accuracy. And I know he came into the New England game without his Pro Bowl wide receiver and Nico Collins. I know that he also lost his tight end, his second lost his accuracy and anticipation. Yes, exactly. See, this is what Brandon said. Lost his accuracy and his anticipation. Right. So he came in, he did not have Nico, right? And then you lose Dalton Schultz early on in the game. But in the past, CJ has still been able to work with what he had. And so I felt like there was opportunities that he could have gotten Higgins the ball. I felt like there was opportunities that he could have gotten Kirk the ball. There was opportunities where he could have gotten Hutch the ball. Like there were certain opportunities that CJ had that he missed, and he missed them because of accuracy issues. And so that's the superpower that CJ needs to go to Krypton and get back. What has happened to the accuracy? You need the accuracy back. You need the accuracy back in order to in order to get back to where you was. And side note, hey, can we please stop comparing CJ to his rookie year? Can we please just stop comparing him to his rookie year? Everybody who has watched the NFL knows that quarterbacks are going to go through their lumps. That's why I don't judge a quarterback until after 3 years of being in the NFL. Because you have the rookie year where defensive coordinators only have college tape, and once he comes into the pros and gets with gets with certain people, a rookie quarterback can take the league by storm because no defensive coordinator really has the tape that they need as far as the NFL game is concerned to stop him. The second year is when they normally take their bumps and their bruises and they take their lumps because now these defensive coordinators and these teams have a bunch of tape and now they can design these different defenses to stop your quarterback, right? A la even without the injuries, Jaden Daniels, who is the quarterback for the Washington Commanders, you've seen how he struggled in his second year, coming off a great performance in his rookie year, just like CJ did. Just like CJ did. And so your first year, your rookie year, you can be the best thing since sliced bread. And then the second year, you can be like a sack of rocks. And then that third year is when you're taking your first year and your second year and you're combining it, you're putting it together. And now you should be able to get a look at what you think the quarterback is going to be. And I'm not going to throw in, as far as CJ playing with the first year offensive coordinator, being in his second offensive system in 3 years, the offensive line issues, the running back woes. Let's just push that to the side until we come back, and then we can talk about some of those things. We can add those things. We can throw those ingredients into what we think CJ is going to be, right? With all that said, he always had his accuracy. And now that he doesn't, or that he did not play, I felt like after he came back, after the concussion, because he did not use his legs. And I asked Houston Texans offense coordinator Nick Caley about that, and I'll play that for you at another time. But I asked him about, hey man, since CJ's come back from the concussion, have y'all changed some of the ways that he used to get out of the pocket and use his legs? I'll give y'all that answer at another time. But I could tell, and I know that others could tell, when CJ got out of pocket, it felt like sometimes he was kind of shell shocked. Second thing is, sometimes in the pocket, he reverted back to how he looked last season by getting choppy and getting nervous in the pocket. And then that's when it seems like some of those accuracy issues were a big concern as far as him being able to use that superpower. So all I'm saying is CJ needs to go back. CJ needs to go to Krypton and get his superpower back, because that's what's causing him to look like the quarterback that he looked like. And even in the 2 playoff games, I'm saying to myself, like in the 2 playoff games, I'm just saying, like, something ain't right. Like, something just isn't right when it comes to CJ. Right? In those 2 playoff games, I'm just looking, I was like, man, something ain't right. And then as I sat there, in the midst of watching the New England game, I started to replay some of the past games, and I said, oh, yeah. Oh, he missed that pass too. Yeah, he missed some of that. So that's the biggest concern. That's the biggest thing that I want CJ to work on in the offseason. Get your superpower back. Get your superpower back as far as your accuracy is concerned. dive into that playbook that Nick Caley has. You're going into your second year with that playbook with the offensive play caller. You should be able to have that down to a T throughout what you played with through last season and throughout the offseason. CJ should be able to come in and run this Nick Caley system with his eyes closed, right? He should be able to come in and do exactly what he needs to do. Next week, we'll talk about what Ben McDaniels, wide receivers coach, needs to do. And Noah Sarge, that's another story for another time. I'm about to take a break. When I come back, we got to jump into these god dang on haters talking about this haircut. We'll be back.
Hi, Laura Williams coming to you here from Easy Honda. Just want to remind you that this is my new home, and here at Easy Honda, we are here to take care of all your vehicle needs. From new vehicles to pre-owned vehicles, we've got what you are looking for. And if you're a business and you're looking for vehicles, we've got a great selection here at our dealership. For any information on getting your next vehicle here at Easy Honda, you can reach me at 281-224-3666. Remember to ask for Laura Williams. We make it easy here at Easy Honda.
Hey, welcome back. You're tuning in to Sports Talk with Big Sarge. I'm your host, Big Sarge. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports with a Z at the end. Follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you are subscribed to the Texas Tailgate Talk and Big Sarge Media YouTube pages. And follow me on Instagram at Big Sarge Sports with a Z at the end. Because you know we do everything for the gram. What was those two tags for? What came down that I was using? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm observing my office and I'm saying to myself, I got just two random felonious tacks in my wall. And now I'm saying, what was there? What was hanging right there? I don't know. Hey, y'all give me a second. Y'all give me. All right. Let me put this on right quick. Because I'm about to cook. Let me put this on real quick. Because I'm about to cook. This is special to me too. Can you buy these in the Texans team store? You surely can. You surely can get this in the Texans team store. But this one came from a special friend. I ain't gonna say his name because y'all got a lot of haters out there who get mad. Sarge is always throwing his access in front of people's face. So get you some access. Get you some access, and then you can throw it back in my face if you feel like that's what I do. I'm going to speak on the access because, hey man, hard work and patience equals success. I got a video that I did that I'm going to put out on TikTok here, probably within the next hour, where I talk about that. Hard work plus patience equals success. So you could have the patience and be lazy and you ain't gonna get nowhere. Or you could have the work ethic where you always get every task complete, but you ain't patient enough and you still ain't gonna get nowhere. It probably explains why a lot of you all are still where you're at right now. I digress. Let me jump into this right quick. Put my hand over my heart because, Lord, forgive me if I allow some profanity to slip. Lord, please forgive me if I say some explicit words. But, you know, sometimes when I talk to stupid people, you know, sometimes when I talk to dumb people, oh, there goes Sarge insulting people again. I don't care. In 2026, go down to Walmart or the Target or the Walgreens or the Rice or Fiesta or Randall's or Foodorama. Go dollar store, 99-cent store, 5 and below. Go somewhere where they have feelings on sale. Buy one, get one free. Good luck to you, Life of Kobe. Say you got a job interview, a better job in a couple hours. Good luck to you. But y'all go somewhere where you could buy feelings 2 for $1. or you could buy one, get one free, or maybe just order them off of Amazon as a subscription and have your feelings come in once a week. Because the sensitivity that some of you all have, the sensitivity that some of you all display, and I swear for goodness that if I did not know that you existed in real life, I promise you I would think that you was a bot. But some of y'all, I know that you are a human being. You're just sensitive. And that's cool. Y'all got a group for that. Y'all jump on it all the time, right? I digress. Say, CJ is 24 years old. 24. He's been in the league for 3 years. 3. As a franchise quarterback. Has helped lead his team to the playoffs 3 years in a row. Has won the AFC South 2 years in a row. Started off 0-3 this past season, and they ended up in the divisional round again. And I know a lot of you all are going to say, well, it's because of the defense. And you're correct. That defense was elite. That was a once-in-a-generation defense for the Houston Texans. That defense should go down as one of the top 10 defenses of all time. And if they can duplicate it next year and get CJ to step up and do a little bit more, you might see them go a little bit, get further. But CJ is 24 years old. The amount of hate that you all have for this young man is perplexing to me. Imagine what you was doing at 24 years old. Some of y'all was selling dope. Some of y'all was running women. Some of y'all was doing drugs. Some of y'all was stealing. Some of y'all was sleeping with your best friend's baby mama. Like, some of y'all was doing things way outside of playing quarterback in the NFL. And don't get me wrong, I can't tell you how to fan. Like, if you're going to fan the way you fan. I ain't got no issue or no problem with that, because the root word for fan is fanatic, which means that you are delulu. I don't care how you fan. I will never tell anybody how to fan. And as long as you keep it on the field, I don't care what you say. I don't care. You criticize CJ all day long. I don't care nothing about that. CJ doesn't care anything about that if you criticize his play. So for those of you all who really have had interactions with CJ like I have, for those of you all who have really gotten the opportunity to talk to CJ at the podium and away from the podium, he is his worst critic. He is his own worst critic. There's nothing that you can say about CJ in that divisional round game that he played against the New England Patriots and had those turnovers and the way that he played. There's nothing that any fan can say to him that he hasn't said 10 times worse to himself. Now, with that being said, he doesn't harp on it. He is his own worst critic. And so he will criticize himself and criticize his own game. So I'm not trying to tell you how to fan. Fan however you want to fan. I don't give a damn if you got Texans boxers or Texans tattoo. I don't care if you think that you're part of the team because you got season tickets, or you go to every game, or you go to all the tailgates. Fine. I got that part. But CJ is somebody's son. CJ is an uncle. CJ has siblings. He's a brother. He's the youngest brother. Away from the field, y'all throwing these shots at him. Y'all talking about the man can't even wear a hat because he in the city of Houston and he represents this, that, and the other. Hey, man, That's bullshit. He wear whatever hat he wants to wear. Hey, let me ask you a question. The best player on the Houston Rockets is Kevin Durant. You gonna say something to Kevin Durant if he shows up in the Commander's hat? Because that's who his team is. Or what if he shows up in a Baltimore Orioles hat? What if he shows up in a Yankees hat? What if he shows up in I don't know, a California Angels hat? You gonna say something to him about that? I digress. A lot of you all with these the subliminal criticism towards this young man, a lot of you all who take shots at this young man because of the way that he lives his own life, like you got a goddamn say so in it, it's terrible. And it ain't just fans, it's some of you goddamn media members too. I ain't afraid to say it. Y'all know, if you know me in real life, you know whatever I'm saying right now, I will say to you to your face. I ain't got no issue with it. I don't want no violence. I don't want no trouble, but I ain't running from it either. I digress. You got mad at this man, a 24-year-old, for wearing a hat, and now you're mad because he got a haircut. He got a haircut. A haircut. He got a goddamn haircut. And now y'all got something to say about that? Oh, he's just cutting off his hair because it's a PR move. He's just, I hope that the turnovers go away with the haircut. Oh, he's just trying to get the people to not talk about the way that he played in the game by cutting his hair. How come he can't get a haircut? First it was a hat. Now it's a haircut. He's 24 years old. Let him live his life. I don't care what you say about him on the field. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Fan, however you want to fan. Media, however you want to media on the field. But some of y'all are ridiculous. Talking about a damn hat and a haircut. Pushing the content and pushing the narrative that, oh, he only got a haircut because of this, that, and other. How come he couldn't just get a damn haircut? Some of y'all could use one. Hey, if you need a good recommendation, my cousin is an amazing barber. Or, hey, CJ's barber, Case, he takes appointments. You can go to him. Like, they got some, I know like 2 or 3 barbers that cut the Texans players' hair. If you want to go to them, if you want to make you feel like you're part of the, you know, like you're part of the team. I don't know. You want to say you got you go to the same place that Titus Howard go? If you want to feel like you're a Houston Texan, cool. I don't care. I can help you out. But for you all to push some of this narrative about him getting a haircut, that's stupid. I'm sorry. I will say it out loud. Hey, right here, Sarge, Big Sarge. See the name? I got it everywhere. I got it everywhere. So you don't forget who I am. I'm Big Sarge. 24 years old. This young man is just now becoming who he is as a man. I can't even remember what I was doing at 24 years old. You know what it wasn't? Being a franchise quarterback of an NFL team, which is pressure within itself. Had a job, had a good job. You know what I had to do? You criticize me about my job all day long. When I step away from that job, don't say shit to me. So this is the thing that made me come on here. This is the thing that I'm perplexed by, because all I did was share the video of the young man cutting his hair. And now all of a sudden, now don't get me wrong. There's a lot of positive. There's a lot of positive across social media about CJ cutting his hair, which I'm saying to myself, hey man, just talk about the haircut. You ain't got to criticize the man. If you don't like the haircut, talk about the haircut. Criticize the haircut. But what does it have to do with his on-the-field play? What does it have to do with the way that C.J. Stroud plays football? I am as dumbfounded and perplexed and befuddled about all this rhetoric I'm seeing about the haircut as I was about the hat. Because I thought the hat was the dumbest stuff that I thought that some of you all would ever say. I thought that the hat would be some of the dumbest things that you would say. Then he gets a haircut, and I'm saying to myself, oh, damn, it gets worse. Like some of the comments that I read, some of the things that I seen, I'm saying to myself, the more I read this, the dumber I feel. Hey, let me move away from here because I can't do this. I can't have this type of stuff in my spirit. This is stupidity. It's like once you allow stupidity to fester inside of your spirit, it becomes idiotic. Oh, Sarge, hey man, it's just entertainment. It's just fun. It's just this, that, and the other. Maybe fun to you. What do you think about C.J. Stroud, the man? Because what if I criticize? I mean, what if people were allowed to see you away from your job and they criticize the way that you're a father or the way that you're a mother or aunt or an uncle? What if they criticize your lifestyle and what you like to do? You think you could take it? That's why it's so weird to me. That's why this thing is super weird to me, that y'all are attacking this 24-year-old young man about a haircut after you attacked him about a hat. So CJ is damned if he do, damned if he don't. No matter what he does, you're going to criticize him because he's the quarterback of the Houston Texans. That don't sound stupid to you? Criticize him as the quarterback of the Houston Texans. Don't criticize him as C.J. Stroud. That's why I can't wrap my head around it. That's why it's stupid to me. That's why it's dumb to me. That's why I say, hey man, some of y'all got kids. And if you're acting this way because this young man quarterbacks is the quarterback of your favorite team, then what the hell are you teaching your kids? What the hell are you telling your children? How the hell are you raising your kids? If you want to attack a 24-year-old about his haircut, then what are you doing in your own household? It's one thing to criticize his play on the field, which is wide open to everybody. But to criticize him and you don't even know him? To criticize him and by the closest you ever been to him is him walking on the sideline because you had good seats? Come on, bro. That's dumb. That's stupid. Now, I got one more subject that I want to touch on. But we're going to have to get to that when I come back from the break, because I need to talk about another former Houston athlete who's, off the court lifestyle has been criticized a lot. But in his latest move, I agree with him. We'll be back.
Hi, Laura Williams coming to you here from Easy Honda. Just want to remind you that this is my new home. And here at Easy Honda, we are here to take care of all your vehicle needs. From new vehicles to pre-owned vehicles, we've got what you are looking for. And if you're a business and you're looking for vehicles, we've got a great selection here at our dealership. For any information on getting your next vehicle here at Easy Honda, you can reach me at 281 224-3666. Remember to ask for Laura Williams. We make it easy here at Easy Honda.
Hey, welcome back. You're tuning to Sports Talk with Big Sarge. I'm your host, Big Sarge. Oh my God, it feels so good to be back. It feels so good to be back. Oh, it feels so good to be back. Hey, it feels so good to be back. I'm not all the way back yet, though. Next week, y'all. Next week. And I may have a major announcement coming. I'll tell you. Oh no, we about to talk about Jamisha. Hey, wait, hold on. Hold on. Hey, don't you got a job interview to get ready for? Jamisha. What you said, Brandon? Morris started treating him like an asset and Philly. His business mindset flipped. He's taking less money on multiple teams. This doesn't get rewarded. The long-term deal. Move on and go hoop somewhere else. Virgo tendencies. Doesn't care what you think. All right. Before I get up out of here, y'all. So, on Tuesday, former Houston Rockets point guard, side note, hey, don't give a damn what you think about how he is away from the court. I don't care how you feel about his off the court antics or his lifestyle. Hey, James Harden will go down on the Houston Rockets Mount Rushmore. Hey, debate your stepdaddy. Go in there and say, hey, Frank, I want to talk to you about something. Tim, I got something I need to say to you. Steven, Jaquan, Tyrone, Billy, I got something that I need to talk to you about. Sarge said that James Harden should be on the Mount Rushmore of Houston Rockets players, and I just don't agree with it. And he told me to argue with my stepdad. So now I'm here talking to you, Tyrone. So like I said, James Harden will go down on the Houston Rockets Mount Rushmore. I don't care what you think about his strip club antics. I don't care what you think about his off the court antics. I don't care what you think. He will go down as one of the greatest Rocket players to ever play this game. And when James Harden retires, his number should be retired. James Harden's number should be retired. Once again, if you don't agree, pick up the phone, call your stepdaddy and say, I'm mad at Sarge. He probably going to say, again? What did he say this time? He said that James Harden number should be retired and he should be on the Mount Rushmore for Houston Rockets player. And you don't agree? No, Tim, I do not agree. And then Tim's going to politely tell you, like he always tells you when you disagree with me, hey, man, get the hell off my phone. I am at work. I am over here. Your mama got a shopping habit. Your mama, I swear for goodness, her picture is up at Amazon as the prime queen. Because every day she think that I can't see, but she don't know we got a Ring camera, and I see all these packages being delivered. Your mama want to go on a trip this summer. You know what else your mama do? Your mama got an expensive habit called shopping. And you on my damn phone talking about how you disagree, you mad with Sarge again? Get the hell off my phone. Don't even call me after my shift is over. I digress. So on Tuesday, former Houston Rockets guard James Harden got traded from the Los Angeles Clippers to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland. Right now, I don't know all the other parameters. Them the only two names I remember, right? And now you got some people mad at James Harden again, saying that when times get tough or whatever, he wants to leave and he just wants to go other places because he wants more money and he never can stick it out and stay with teams. And okay, I get it. And I understand. If you've been a fan of Oklahoma City when James Harden was there, if you've been a fan of the Rockets when James was there, if you've been a fan of the Brooklyn Nets when James was there, if you've been a fan of the Los Angeles Clippers when James was there, I get it. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I get that part. But the one thing that I can never understand, and if James does want more money, if he wants to go and try to win a championship, if he does want more money, more power to him. And I'm not mad at him. And let me tell you why I'm not mad at him. Because owners do it all the time. Owners do it all the goddamn on time. When the owner gets tired of a player, do they ever stick it out with that player and show loyalty to that player? Or do they move on and try to get what they can get? Do they move on and try to gain some type of assets? So why in the hell are you mad at James Harden for wanting to move on? Or if that was the case, if he wanted to move on, but why the hell are you mad at him for moving on and asking for more? You know what a professional athlete is? You know the professional athlete that plays football, professional athlete that plays professional athlete that plays football, professional athlete that plays basketball, professional athlete that plays baseball, and now college players. Do you know what those four have in common? Let me say that again. Do you know what an NFL player, NBA player, an MLB player, and a college athlete all have in common? They're all independent contractors. Yeah. Yeah. They're independent contractors. And so they're looking to get paid for their talent and their skill, just like an NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, athletic director, or college coach is looking to capitalize off of the talent. And when they feel like the talent is no longer there, guess what they do? They move on. You know, some of these kids that went into the transfer portal, they didn't go into the transfer portal because they wanted to leave the school or they wanted to get a better NIL deal. No, the coach went out and paid for another player, paid for some more talent, and then came back to the college player and say, "Hey, technically your services are no longer needed here. I mean, you can stay here if you love this school and you want to get a degree from this school. But you ain't gonna be contributing to the football team, or if you do, you're definitely not going to get any playing time. You can sit the bench, just like they do in the NBA. When they get tired of a player and they feel like that they can get some type of assets from him, then they move on. That's why I'm never mad when a player wants to leave. Listen, I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those fans, and I'm not one of those media members who are in the mindset of, hey, you gotta stay loyal to the team. You gotta stay, and no matter when times get rough, you gotta stay. No, because when times get rough for the owners, what do? They move on, and they get whatever type of asset that they can. They move on. Well, back in my day, back in the NBA, players stayed loyal to their teams and they never did this, that, and the other. I mean, okay. You see this right here? It's one of my favorite players of all time. Late, great Kobe Bryant. Played for one team his entire NBA career. Went to the Lakers. We know how he got there. We don't need to discuss that. Played for the Lakers his entire time. Kobe was loyal. Kobe never wanted to leave. I mean, Kobe was loyal. Kobe stayed with the Lakers through the good time and the bad time. So nobody else remembers when Kobe wanted to go to Chicago? I'm the only one. I'm the only one that remembers when Kobe didn't want to be there no more. Michael Jordan was loyal to one team, the Chicago Bulls. But he left, took a hiatus to play baseball. What happened when the Lakers got tired of Shaq? They moved on and got assets for him, right? So that's all I'm saying. Is that you could be mad at James Harden. Cool. Whatever the case may be, I don't care. You can criticize him, whatever. Hey, look, I ain't never had when James left here. James left Houston on my birthday. I was sitting in Toyota Center. That was during COVID. I was sitting up there waiting on James for an hour after the game was over. I'm sitting in there. James comes to the press conference and say what he said. He got up. He didn't take no questions. He got up and left. I turned to my good friend Adam Spolane and said, that will be the last time you will see James Harden in a Rockets uniform. Oh, dang, I forgot he played for Philly too. So that'll be the last time you see James Harden in a uniform. Wasn't mad about that. I wasn't mad that he left. Because there's so much more that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know. And James had the best of the best. He could do whatever he wanted to do in Houston. But James, y'all don't realize James also wants to win. And I know y'all say he flames out in the playoffs. Cool. I criticize him. I'm not here to defend him as far as you criticizing his play and how he plays in the playoffs. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that if he's ready to leave, he's ready to leave. You know what the Clippers did? They got the best that they could for him. Because if the Clippers wasn't ready for him to leave, they wouldn't have let him leave. See, that's the point that a lot of you all don't get. If an owner doesn't want a player to leave, he will go above and beyond and out of his way to keep that player. But when he's ready for a player to go, when he's ready for a player to leave, then guess what he do? He gets rid of him. The Memphis Grizzlies just got rid of Jaren Jackson Jr., an all-star. And they got back a haul for him. Jaren Jackson Jr. is one of the best players in the NBA, despite whatever Kendrick Perkins says. He can still hoop. Jaren Jackson Jr. can play. Memphis was tired of him, so they let him go. When they get tired of Ja Morant, they're going to let him go. There's only certain players that I think in the NBA who's going to retire. Like Steph Curry, he'll never leave the Warriors. They will sell San Francisco before they allow Steph Curry to leave the Golden State Warriors. When it's time to go, it's time to go. Michael Jordan was loyal to one team the whole time. Yeah, I remember him playing for the Washington Wizards. Were they the Bullets at that time still? I also remember him mad at Jerry Krause. I also remember Jerry Krause didn't want Michael Jordan anymore. One of the realest comments of the day. Y'all are using this same narrative about James Harden, and you're still using the same tired, and a lot of you media members are using the same tired narrative about James Harden and not realizing that the owners do the exact same thing. Did y'all hear what Jason Kidd said in his press conference? I think that was last night when they were talking about a player who said he really loves playing for the Mavericks and he really wants to be with the Mavericks. And Jason Kidd was like, yeah, it's cool, but he can still be traded. If Luka would ever, I mean, not Luka, if Dirk Nowitzki would have ever went to Mark Cuban and said, I want to be traded, Mark Cuban would have given plasma. He would have sold bone marrow before he had allowed Dirk Nowitzki to walk out that door. No possible way. But when the Mavericks got tired of Luka Doncic, they got rid of him. You think Luka? You think Luka wanted to leave Dallas? So I was there, right? I was at the game where after Luka got traded, I was at the first Dallas home game because the Rockets played the Mavericks. That was Anthony Davis's first game. They had a protest. The fans had a protest outside of the stadium. A protest outside of the arena. On the inside, they booed. They booed the general manager at the time. What was his name? Nico Harris, I think. They booed him. A couple of fans got arrested in front of the stadium and at the game. Think the Mavericks cared? Hell no. They tried to say that getting Anthony Davis back was the best thing for Luka. Was the best thing, and he was going to help change the trajectory and where they were going. Of course, they got Cooper Flag, who I think is going to be very good. Hey, look, hold on, let me write this down because there's something I told you all. There's something that I told you all way back when the NBA season first started. And I'm going to expound on that. Remember I told you, I said, hey, man, there's a conglomerate of Anglo-American that's white for some of you all who don't know. There is a large conglomerate, like 4 Anglo-American players who are primed and ready to make a move in the NBA and have their names mentioned with some of these other NBA players that are playing the game right now. Cooper Flag is one of them. Con Knipple, who I'll get an opportunity to see play on Thursday when the Charlotte Hornets come to Houston. The Rockets got a back-to-back. They play Boston Celtics on Wednesday, and then they play the Charlotte Hornets on Thursday. But Cooper Flag for Dallas Mavericks, Con Knipple for the Charlotte Hornets, Reed Shepherd for the Houston Rockets, and Austin Reeves for the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Lakers got another another the Lakers got somebody else on there too that's good. That's Anglo-American. Dang it, I can't think of his name right now. We'll talk about that. But as I digress, Luka didn't want to be traded. Luka didn't want to leave Dallas. Luka took Dallas to NBA Finals, and they traded him. Luka never gave the Dallas Mavericks organization any issues. But when it was time to move on, they let him go. So if Harden felt it was time to move on, then hold on. Yes. Yeah, Derek. I asked him that question too. I was the one that asked him about our man at the there's an article on Rockets Wire you should go read that I wrote about that too. Yes, he did. This is oh my God. Oh, yes. Do my eyes deceive me? What's happening, OG? What's going on, Tay? Yes, Jake LaRivia. Yes, Brandon. Oh, that I'm telling you, who we're gonna have that conversation. But Twisted Conversation 782. I'm gonna read this last comment and then I'm gonna get up out of here because this is amazing. And this what I'm about to put up on the screen right now is something that I had been telling you all for the longest. Since I was doing sports talk with Big Sarge back in 2017, 2018, when I had the radio show, when I had multiple radio shows, I've told you all this. And I told you it is one of the reasons why I don't mind watching the WNBA, that I'm a fan of the WNBA because of this. See what Twisted Conversation 782 says? He says young black players are being taught a skill set. Aren't being taught a skill set. They're being told to rely on athleticism. Let me say that once again. Young black players aren't being taught a skill set. They're being told to rely on the athleticism. And let me tell you why what Twisted Conversation 7 and 2 is saying right here is so real. Because when you watch the majority of it, if you watch the majority of NBA players, if you watch the NBA, there's a lot of NBA players that don't know that don't do a jab step, who don't put the ball in triple threat position, who don't box out, who doesn't who can't go right and left on a consistent basis, who can't hit a consistent jump shot. Better yet, don't even know how to really shoot a jump shot. You just long as I can hoist it up from the 3-point range, then I'm good. Doesn't shoot the mid range. That's why I like players like Kevin Durant and DeMar DeRozan, and hell, Jabari does it a lot too. I like players who utilize the mid range game to be able to open up the rest of their game. There's a lot of NBA players who can jump out of a gym, but lacks the necessary basketball skill set that is required to actually play and last in the game. That's why you get a lot of players here in the NBA whose shelf life is like 3 years, 3 to 5 years. Because once that athleticism starts to wear down, or once you have a couple of injuries because you've relied on your athleticism for so long, you got to have a different type of skill set, right? Look at a player, we talked about this, but look at a player like Steph Curry. You know why Steph Curry is gonna last even once his athletic skill set goes down? Once his athletic skill set down, because Steph Curry knows how to play the game of basketball. So he still has a skill set that could keep him in the NBA. You look at it, as long as Kevin Durant has played, right? For as long as Kevin Durant has played, it's because he has a skill set that allows him to continually play the game. And when the game evolves, so does his game, along with everything else that he does. Let me see. I'm trying to think of I had to sit here and think about some other players who has that type. James Harden. James Harden has a skill set that, even though he's been in the league for this long, is still effective because James Harden knows how to play the game of basketball. Kawhi Leonard knows how to play the game of basketball. Jalen Brown knows how to play the game of basketball. Jason Tatum knows how to play the game of basketball. These are players that you watch and you say, okay, these are guys that, if they can stay healthy, their games will continuously evolve even once they get older. So, hold on, let me see. Where? As someone who watched the Dream play as a kid at the Summit, watching Vince Carter extend his career, it hurts to watch them come in the league like this. Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. If you've never gotten the opportunity to see Hakeem Olajuwon play in person, I feel sorry for you. I apologize, and I know it's because of when you were born. That was by far the best big man I've ever seen play the game. Not most dominant. Shaq is the most dominant. Shaq is the most dominant big man I've ever seen play the game. Dream, the most skilled. I can't tell you a big man that is more skilled than Hakeem. Not a one. And for as great as everybody thinks that Victor Wembanyama is going to be, I still don't think that he has what it takes to overtake Dream as the best big man to ever play the game. Because Dream's skill set was, he gonna play both ends of the court, but he's also gonna take you into the post and kill you with footwork.
And when you clog up the paint and keep him out of the paint, he's just going to kill you with the little jumpers. He's going to kill you with the jump shot until you come out on him, and then he's going to use his footwork to get by you and get to the paint. There has never, ever, ever been a more skilled big man to play the game than Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. Now, one day we're going to have to talk about his attitude. Sheesh. When he was a king, before he became Hakeem. All right, y'all got to get ready to get up out of here. What time is? Oh, yeah, I got to get ready. Got to head over to the Rockets training facility. They got shoot around this morning. They play the Boston Celtics on Wednesday night, so y'all make sure y'all watch that game. This has been fun. Hey, we should do this again one day, sometime soon. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports Z at the end. Follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you subscribe to the Texas Tailgate Talk and Big Sarge Media pages on YouTube. I said follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. I did. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Because you know we do everything for the gram. Big Sarge, I'm out.
Big Sarge.